Picture the world before the advent of machines, a world where human sweat and toil were the engines of progress. Day in and day out, sun up to sundown, the rhythm of life was dictated by the labor of hands, the strength of backs, and the resilience of spirits. Yet beneath this seemingly immutable rhythm, a whisper of change began to stir. A new era was dawning, its heartbeat heard in the distant chug of machines, but a revolution was looming, one that would change the face of the world forever. The 18th century marked the birth of the Industrial Revolution, a period of dramatic transformation. This was not a mere shift in the winds of change, but a tempest that uprooted societies from their rural foundations, planting them firmly in the urban landscapes of the future. The age-old rhythm of hand production was disrupted, replaced by the relentless beat of machines. The world was no longer powered by wood and other biofuels. Instead, coal became the lifeblood of this burgeoning era, driving steam engines and factories, and with them, the pulse of progress. This was a time when human ingenuity took the reins, harnessing the raw power of nature to propel mankind towards unprecedented horizons. The world was on the brink of a new era fueled by steam, coal, and human ingenuity. The dawn of the Industrial Revolution had arrived, and nothing would ever be the same again. The factory system emerged, replacing the traditional home-based work system. The advent of the Industrial Revolution marked a radical shift in how work was structured. Instead of artisans crafting goods in their homes or small workshops, factories with their machines and assembly lines became the new centers of production. This wasn't just a change in location, it was a fundamental reimagining of labor itself. Workers no longer owned the tools with which they worked or controlled the pace of their labor. Instead, they were part of a larger system, with the factory clock dictating their hours and the machines setting their tempo. The rhythm of life began to echo the rhythm of the machines, and the concept of working hours was born. The factory system also changed the dynamics of the workforce. It drew people in droves from the countryside, lured by the promise of steady wages. Men, women, and even children found themselves working side by side in these new industrial hubs. This influx of workers led to the growth of towns and cities around factories, creating the urban landscapes we're familiar with today. But it wasn't just the physical landscape that changed. The Industrial Revolution also transformed the social fabric. With workers hailing from different backgrounds, factories became melting pots of diverse cultures and ideas. This led to a new sense of camaraderie and collective identity among workers, planting the seeds for labor movements and trade unions. And as factories churned out goods at unprecedented rates, a new consumer culture took root. Mass production made goods more affordable, transforming once luxury items into everyday commodities. This shift didn't just change what people bought, but how they saw themselves and their place in society. In the span of a few decades, work was no longer just about survival. It was about progress, about building something bigger than oneself. And as people clocked out of their factories, they returned to homes filled with products of their own making, tangible proof of their contribution to this brave new world. Work had changed, but so had life. The Industrial Revolution didn't just change work, it changed societies, cultures, and lives. As the wheels of industry spun faster, so too did the wheels of change within our societies. One of the most significant shifts was the rise of the middle class. Before the revolution, society was largely divided into two classes, the aristocracy and the poor. However, the Industrial Revolution created a new class of wealthy entrepreneurs, managers, and skilled workers. This middle class became a powerful force for social change, demanding rights, education, and a voice in politics. But it wasn't just the class structure that changed. The Industrial Revolution also had a profound impact on family life. Before the revolution, families worked together on farms or in small family businesses. But as factories rose, work moved outside the home. Men became the primary wage earners, while women were increasingly relegated to the domestic sphere. This shift has had lasting impacts on our understandings of gender roles and family dynamics. The revolution also sparked the growth of consumerism. As factories churned out goods more cheaply and efficiently, these products became affordable to the masses for the first time. Suddenly, ordinary people could buy clothes, furniture, and other goods that were once luxuries. This consumer culture has only grown in the centuries since, shaping our desires, our identities, and our very way of life. And let's not forget the cultural shifts. The Industrial Revolution was a time of great innovation and creativity. It inspired new styles of art and literature, new ways of thinking about the world. It was a time of hope and excitement, but also of fear and uncertainty. It was a time when the future seemed both thrillingly open and frighteningly unknown. In essence, the Industrial Revolution was more than just a period of technological advancement. It was a time of profound social and cultural transformation. It changed not only how we work, but also how we live, how we see ourselves, and how we relate to the world around us. The revolution was reshaping not just the physical world but the human world as well. But progress wasn't without its pitfalls. As we delve into the underbelly of the Industrial Revolution, we encounter a darker narrative, one that echoes with the clatter of machines and the hushed whispers of exploitation. The newfound efficiencies of industrialization brought about a surge in demand for labor. However, this burgeoning workforce was often subjected to abysmal conditions. Workers, including children as young as 6, were confined to factories that were more prison than workplace. Long hours, dangerous machinery, and scant regard for safety painted a grim picture of life at the heart of the revolution. Then, we have the children, the most vulnerable victims of progress. Deemed ideal for their small size and nimble fingers, they were thrust into the bleak world of work. They navigated treacherous coal mines, navigated the labyrinthine looms of cotton mills, their childhood stolen away in the name of progress. The revolution also took a heavy toll on Mother Nature. Forests were felled, rivers polluted, and the air filled with the choking smoke of countless factories. The landscapes that had once inspired poets and artists were transformed into barren wastelands, a testament to the relentless march of industry. And let's not forget the widening gap between the rich and the poor. Wealth accumulated in the hands of a few, while the masses toiled in squalor. The promise of a better life proved elusive for many, as the fruits of their labor filled the coffers of the industrial magnates. Yet, amid the darkness, a spark of resilience flickered. Workers began to band together, forming the first trade unions, demanding better conditions, reasonable hours, and fair pay. They fought for their rights, their dignity, and their place in the new world order. The environment too began to find its defenders. The seeds of the conservation movement were sown as people started recognizing the dire need to protect our natural resources from the ravages of unchecked industrialization. The price of progress was high, but the march of industry continued. The Industrial Revolution, for all its transformative power, served as a stark reminder of the cost of unbridled progress. It was a time of monumental change, a testament to human ingenuity, and a cautionary tale of exploitation and environmental degradation, a time that changed the world, for better and for worse. The echoes of the Industrial Revolution resonate even today. This seismic shift in how we worked, lived, and thought left an indelible mark on our world, and its impact can be seen in virtually every facet of our modern lives. Let's start with our economies. The Industrial Revolution was the catalyst for the rise of capitalism. It championed free trade and competition, birthing the concept of consumerism that drives our market economies today. From small businesses to multinational corporations, the spirit of innovation and enterprise that fueled the revolution continues to inspire economic growth and development. On to technology. The revolution was a time of unprecedented technological advancement. The steam engine, the spinning jenny, the power loom, these were the harbingers of a new era. Today, we stand on the shoulders of these technological giants. Every gadget in our hands, every machine in our factories, every software running our systems, they are the descendants of the innovations birthed during the revolution. And then there's our society. The revolution upended social structures, giving rise to the working class, urbanization, and modern cities. It forged a world where skill and talent could overcome birth and privilege. Today, we continue to grapple with these social changes, with issues like income inequality and urban sprawl rooted in the transformations of the industrial era. But the legacy of the revolution isn't confined to the past. Its spirit of progress and transformation continues to drive the evolution of industry and technology. Today we're in the throes of a new revolution, the digital revolution. And just like its predecessor, it's changing not just how we work, but how we live, think, and dream. The Industrial Revolution was not just a period in history, it was a turning point, a catalyst, a spark that ignited the modern world. Its legacy is a world perpetually in motion, forever striving for progress and betterment. Now, ponder this. How does the legacy of the Industrial Revolution continue to shape our world today?